Hi everyone, it's Dave at Vinyl Nirvana, and today we're doing the setup on a Thorens TD160 Super, the final setup. This one's got a Jelco 550S arm. It's very similar if you have a Jelco 750 arm on it. But this is the new Jelco 550S. For tools, you need the counterweight, the belt, and in this case our stylus force gauge is in the bottom part of this Ortofon box. So let's tackle this part first. So this box removes two different ways, but in the bottom of this you've got this little packet, and in the packet is a two-piece stylus force gauge. So these are the two pieces, and the two pieces go together like so, making a little seesaw. And on this seesaw are some numbers, and we're going to be setting the tracking force for this particular cartridge at 1.5 grams. Again, you could be using a different stylus pressure gauge, and it might be a different stylus force. But that's our gauge. We've got the belt also, and let's put that on next. I'm superstitious, so I usually put the Thorens belt on with the logo facing out and facing in the right direction. Does not have to be that way, but that's me. The platter, it's great always to hold through these holes, especially if you've got the ones that is not powder coated. This one's powder coated black, but the ones that are polished, your polish, your shine will last much longer if you don't touch those edges. Cork rubber mat, if you happen to have that. You might have a different mat, and a record weight if you happen to have a record weight goes on there also. So the counterweight, let me adjust the focus here. Make sure you can see that. So the counterweight goes on with the numbers facing out towards you like this. And it just screws on in the back like so. And it goes quite a ways in for the bronze, so that's why I'm going in quite a ways to start here. And the next thing we're going to do is remove the stylus guard. So this is called the coupling. So I'm holding the head shell in one hand, and I'm unscrewing the coupling in the other so that doesn't just fall out onto the surface of the table, and that just pulls out like so. So this is your head shell. This one again has a 2M bronze on it, and this little tab right here is how you remove the stylus guard without breaking it. So you push that forward like so, and the whole guard comes off. So now you've got an exposed stylus, so be very careful from this point. We're going to put this back in, and we're going to make sure it's very tight. If you end up having a static issue when you move the arm, or you're missing a channel, it's usually this cupping. Reseat it and make sure it's very tight. So the next thing we're going to do is take this stylus force gauge and set it here. And this is the cueing lever, everyone. I'm going to just hand cue this, so I'm going to be keeping that in the down position. This is the anti-skate control. Before you set tracking force, you make sure anti-skate is at 0. There's a small white dot here. This is at 0. So this is just trial and error, everyone. I'm going to move this over and set it on the line that says 1.5 grams and see how we're doing. Okay, right now it's not pushing down at all, so I need to add weight. And I add weight by turning the counterweight so it's moving towards me. So I'm turning this counterclockwise, it's moving inward and adding weight. Okay, we're closer, just not quite there. So I'm going to do just a smaller turn here, counterclockwise. So should be getting honed in on this. Okay, too heavy that time, it dropped down, but we're right in the range. So now I'm going clockwise, an even smaller turn. Okay, it needs a tiny bit more weight, and we're going to be balanced. There is a range on these, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm going clockwise again. Actually, I was supposed to go in the other direction. Sorry, lost track in my excitement here. Okay, we are balanced. That seesaw is balanced. So this is not hitting bottom, not hitting top. If you look across here, it's relatively level. We're in the range of 1.5 grams. So now we're going to put this back in the stylus holder and the arm holder, and we're going to turn the anti-skate to 1.5 grams. So this says half gram markings at half a gram, and we are now ready to play a record. This isn't plugged into anything, so we can't actually play one here. The on and off switch is here, 33, 45, off position here, and that's what it takes to set up a 160 Super with a Jelco 550 S arm. Hopefully this was clear for you, and it's going to make setup easy.